Hello there, guys, and welcome to Daily Updates. We officially have the date of the first sitting of Parliament, which is the 14th of June 2024, this Friday. Jacob Zuma, together with the MK Party, tried to stop the Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, together with the Secretary of Parliament, into issuing the official date of the first sitting where members of Parliament will be sworn in. Judge Raymond Zondo would not be deterred into issuing that date, and it looks like the route of the MK Party would be to go to courts in order to argue the legality of the IEC results, because they felt like those results have been manipulated or there were rigging in those results. So they want IEC to go back and check and relook at those results, investigate, and be able to find out what happened to the rest of the results. One of the things the MK Party is looking to get is a re-election. As Jacob Zuma and the MK Party are trying to fight the Chief Justice and the IEC, they have a bigger problem which they should be focusing on, by the name of Jabulani Khumalo. We all know that he appears as the first member who will be going to Parliament. That list was sent to the IEC. IEC sent it to the Parliament, meaning he's number one in terms of the people going to Parliament. And he issued the following media statement. He says, "I, Jabulani Khumalo, am making this public statement in my capacity as the leader of Umkhonto weSizwe. Our members of Parliament will be present for their swearing in on the designated date. The purported MK communication to the effect that Parliament is not constituted based on the absence of 58 MK members of Parliament is misguided in law and frankly embarrassing. The true leader of MK, being myself, does not agree with it. Parliament has been constituted with 400 members as at the confirmation of 400 elected members following the elections. Should any MK member of Parliament not avail themselves, for understandable fear of victimization by Mr. Zuma and his clique, will not in itself be basis for Parliament not to continue with this business of swearing in members of Parliament and continue with its scheduled business of the day chosen by the Chief Justice. Mr. Zuma will not continue to abuse our democratic process, the will of the people, and continue to undermine our Parliament and other constitutional institutions such as our courts, and not least their leader, Chief Justice. I confirm that I, on behalf of MK, accept the results as pronounced by the Independent Electoral Commission, and no amount of conspiracy theories by Mr. Zuma will collapse this nation." Just a quick recap, this is what we have before us. Firstly, the MK Party is taking the IEC to court to argue the legality of those results, and also they tried to stop Chief Justice from issuing the official date of swearing in of members, and unfortunately, he would not be deterred, Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. On the other hand, you have Jabulani Khumalo, who wrote a letter saying that I, the leader of the MK Party, will be present at the swearing in of members, and also I accept the results of the IEC, which illustrate a war between Jacob Zuma and Jabulani Khumalo. If you remember, when they submitted the list to the IEC, it had Jabulani Khumalo as the first person who will be representing the MK Party in Parliament. And unfortunately, it was already sent, meaning that they cannot recall Jabulani Khumalo from that list. So IEC had that list. They took it to Parliament, meaning he's the number one person, more like the leader, who will be in Parliament representing the MK Party. Jacob Zuma was interviewed by EWN, CD from EWN, where she said that, "Are you not having problems with the fact that Jabulani Khumalo will be in Parliament?" And Jacob Zuma said, "He is not our member. We expelled him. He is not our member. He shouldn't even be anywhere near what we have. But because the Constitution is set up in a way that if you are on that list, you must be present. And it can only be changed after 12 months, which is 1 year. So for the next 12 months, we are going to see Jabulani Khumalo as the member of MK Party. They might be divided. It might be 47-1, but still, He's still going to be in the books of MK Party receiving that salary in Parliament. And unfortunately, there is nothing MK or Jacob Zuma can do about it, because the only way that he can be removed is if he's sick because of death, or if he writes a letter himself to say that I no longer want to take part in Parliament, and in that way, he can be replaced. For now, it is going to be a headache for Jacob Zuma, having to see Jabulani Khumalo saying point of order and being in favor of the opposition rather than being in favor of his party that he will be representing. Because I believe that when there will be decisions that need to be made, there is no way that Jabulani will stand up and say that I stand with MK Party, knowing very well that the people that he will be going into Parliament with, they will not like him. They will not be speaking to him. They won't even care what happens to him. They will be waiting for 12 months to come so that he can be removed. A very interesting update in terms of the Jacob Zuma and Jabulani Khumalo fight. It does not stop. Jabulani took Jacob Zuma to court. It is still proceeding. Now he's trying to show Jacob Zuma that I am one step ahead of you. But we know Jacob Zuma is a chess player. Is he going to outsmart Jabulani Khumalo into this game they are playing? Because at the moment, if MK doesn't go to Parliament, they must watch on TV as Jabulani is sworn in as a member and a leader of the MK Party. It must really be a concern for them, because what is going on at the moment, it is a point where the leaders should sit down and agree on something. Maybe Jabulani could say that for my position, give me this sort of money so that I can leave, because at the moment, they have to stay there for 12 months and refer to Jabulani as a fellow honorable member. Is it going to be an easy ride for Jacob Zuma and MK Party? Or is Jabulani Khumalo going to disturb the process and progress of MK Party in trying to be a solid opposition in Parliament? That we remain to see, because it is going to be very interesting on Friday when he's the only person in Parliament that has been sworn in, as the letter would be saying Jabulani Khumalo number 1. But sitting here, I would think that Jacob Zuma and MK Party will not allow Jabulani to be the only member there. They will make sure that they make their presence known at that swearing in, so that Jabulani doesn't outshine them. And in the end, it might mean that the MK Party has accepted the results of the IEC. The biggest thing that we have now would be who is going to go into coalition with who. While MK Party is dealing with Jabulani Khumalo, they should be sending their delegates on the other side to go and negotiate for that coalition. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in, and until next time, cheers.